Hi, Sonic15 here. Wow, it's been a while since I've talked in one of my videos on this channel. So let's get right to it. This channel just recently hit 30,000 subscribers. That's an amazing number. I'm very thankful for that. Thank you very, very much. And to celebrate that, I wanted to make this special video in which I'm going to answer some of your questions and even address some frequently asked questions. And I tried to go through as many questions as I can. I think you can understand that I couldn't answer every single question, but I tried to do my best. But before I go into that, I just want to quickly make an update. It's going to take a minute only to talk about what's going on with my channel, with myself, and so on. So I've been talking a lot about my hiatus, and I'm happy to say that it's almost over. Almost done with my studies. I still have a couple exams coming up, but the most important thing is over. I can now work on my projects again, on my videos. Super Mario ODDSHOW The Lost Skits is coming along very well. It's almost halfway done, and I think I'm going to be able to release it next month. I'm also going to acquire very soon a new HD display from Wacom, which allows me to make better drawn animation, hopefully. And that's going to be something you're going to see more in the future on my channel, traditionally drawn 2D animations, hopefully. And as some of you probably know, I have a gaming channel on which I'm currently playing Sonic Adventure DX, so if you want to check that out, feel free. And that's all for the update. I know it's not much, it's just I'm currently focused on Super Mario ODDSHOW The Lost Skits. And yeah, there's that. So let's get to the questions. I first want to address something about me. You know, the channel is called DoujinPixation, but my username is in fact Shelly15. It's Shelly15 on my Twitter page, it's Shelly15 on my DeviantArt page, even on Newgrounds. So I have no problem if you call me Doujin or even DoujinPixation. No problem, that's okay. But my real internet username is in fact Shelly15, just for your information. So let's start with the questions. You can already tell this is a different recording session. Okay, here we go. Sonic Master Sword writes, what inspired you to start a YouTube channel? Are you going to do a Super Mario Z-styled Sonic and Mario crossover or something like that? Okay, so what inspired me? Well, it all goes back to newgrounds.com. That's a site where you can watch Flash animations or you can play Flash games. And about 10 years ago, I was so entertained by so many different sprite movies. There were Sonic Oddball Crack-Up, Sonic Glitched, and of course Super Mario Bros. Z, which was the greatest thing ever, and it still is. So I was inspired by that so much, and I wanted to make my own sprite animations. You know, I used different programs before finally using Flash. So I made my own sprite animations on Newgrounds. You can actually still see them on that site. But then several years later, I of course moved to YouTube because that was the new thing. And I had different videos on that channel, and I changed it I deleted those videos because it was no longer interesting. And now I'm focusing on animation on my channel. And as far as the crossover is concerned, I want to do actually a tribute video to Super Mario Bros. Z in the future. But that's gonna take time. It's not gonna be today, it's not gonna be tomorrow, maybe next year. I don't know, we'll see. And yeah, that would of course be a Super Mario Bros. Z styled crossover, hopefully. Next question from I'm the Atreyu. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. What video game character did you grow up with the most? Definitely Sonic, because my first video game is actually Sonic Adventure on my first console, which was the Dreamcast. So I pretty much grew up as a Sonic fan, definitely. And I used to play some Mario games when I was younger, but I just recently started to play more Mario games, so I'm also sort of a Mario fan now. Another character I grew up with a lot would be Rayman. I used to play a lot of Rayman 2. I recently got Rayman 3, and I like Rayman Origins, Legends, and so on. So Rayman is another character I like very much. Next one, Sir Kig asks, why do you keep animating and what are your motivations? So what keeps me animating? It's just the fascination for animation overall. that's true for sprite animating and also for traditionally drawn animation. I just like the idea of having a character move. It's just an amazing concept to me, and I was always fascinated watching those cartoons when I was younger, and I always kind of thought, wouldn't it be amazing to make your own version of that cartoon or those. That was kind of the I think that's the basis of my motivations for animation. Another motivation would be the challenge behind it. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of practice to do those animations, especially traditionally drawn animation. I'm still an amateur as far as that is concerned. But I like challenges. I like to improve myself and try to become better at animating. So yeah, I guess that's another motivation. And I just like also the reception to all those videos on YouTube. That's also something that motivates me a lot, I guess. Yeah, the support, of course, of all the viewers. That's also a great motivation. Mike X012 asks, how long does it take you to animate and edit your sprite animations? Well, that really depends on the animation itself. If I want to do a full-length ODDSHOW episode, be it Sonic ODDSHOW or Mario ODDSHOW, that could take about a month, up to 3 months even. It really depends on how much free time I have. If I want to be productive, I need to work about 5 to 6 hours a day, every day. Then I might be able to release an ODDSHOW every month. But that's difficult, and it was kind of impossible to do that now up until it's impossible for me to do now because I'm still in school. Maybe in September I might be able to do a little bit of that, but you should also consider that I might need to get a day job very soon. So I don't know. Right now I'm estimating that a typical complete ODDSHOW video would take about 3 months to complete. From beginning till end, about 3 months. That's kind of the estimation I'm making right now, and hopefully I can stick with that. We'll see, hopefully. And then we have Streak the Fox asking, if there was one thing you wanted to add to your sprite or gaming channel, what would it be? Well, that's difficult because that really is related to YouTube on itself. If there's one thing I really wanted, that it is a way to communicate with people on YouTube through a news system. I'm currently using Facebook to give you updates and news, but it would be amazing to have that system implemented somehow in YouTube itself. That would be great, I think. Other things, maybe it would be great if I could do real live streaming, because I don't know, it would be kind of nice to do that on my gaming channel, especially, but also sometimes on my animation channel, just to show you a little bit how I'm working, how the process is. But I need better internet connection. And content-wise, maybe I don't know. I'm currently okay with what I have, and we'll see how it develops. Maybe I'm coming up with a new series or a new format for my videos. We'll see. Those are things that are subject to change, I suppose. Next one, and by the way, I'm picking questions randomly, just for your information. So, Michael Quintana, hope that's right. What games have you played? Oh boy. So I guess I could start with Dreamcast. I've played many different Dreamcast games. Of course, you have Sonic Adventure, Sonic Adventure 2. I've played Power Stone, Virtua Fighter, Toy Commander, that was amazing. From the PS2 era, I've played every Sonic game, Sonic Heroes, Shadow the Hedgehog, and so on, Sonic Riders. I played occasionally GTA San Andreas. What else is there? Need for Speed Underground and so on. On the Xbox 360, I've played many different games, ranging from Sonic 06, Sonic Unleashed, LA Noire, Tomb Raider, Halo, many different games on that console. And I've recently got a Wii U, and I've played many different Wii and Wii U games. Boy, too many to count. Not only Mario, but also Donkey Kong. I want to play Metroid very soon. Some Zelda games, but I haven't really advanced that much because I'm just so terribly busy. I was very busy up until now. And what else? I'm also playing a lot of games on Steam. Just to give you an example, the most recent one that I played was Speedrunners. That's a great game, by the way. Left 4 Dead. I like games from Valve. And recently now on the PS4, I played Last of Us, which is currently maybe my favorite game of all time. I have to think about that. And I'm currently now playing Uncharted. But of course, there are many games that I've played, and it's just too many to count. Too many. Okay, I'm gonna answer for several people because they asked the same question. So SuperSonic asks, when will you continue your tutorial on animating? And can you tell tips and tricks on how to animate as well? I can animate, but I want to learn more about it. Sure. Okay, so the thing about my tutorial series, which the last video I made about a year ago, the thing is, I thought in the beginning it wouldn't take much time to make those episodes. It would be a matter of days, 1 or 2 days. But then I quickly realized when I was working on the second episode, that's just not the case. It takes way too much time to do them, and it would be impossible to do them during my last year at university. So it's on hold. My tutorial series is currently on hold, and I'm probably picking it up again in September or October. Maybe. Not sure. I will have to see if it actually works in terms of scheduling. So maybe it may be coming back soon enough. Now, if you want to get tips or maybe advice or a little bit of help from me, then I think the best way would be to post something on my Facebook page. I think that's the best way, so I can give you a direct answer. And of course, you can also private message me, but I don't think it needs to be private because everybody can have a look at this, and it can help everybody. Anyways, so the best way to contact me for that would be Facebook, my Facebook page. It's in the description, by the way. Alright, I'm gonna use this question to make it clear what videos are going to come out in the future. Okay, so Trevor Stagden asks, when are you going to make Mario ODDSHOW 3 and K? And what ODDSHOWs are you going to make in the future? For example, Pokemon or Super Smash Bros. Okay, first off, there's not gonna be a video called Super Mario ODDSHOW 3 and K. No, that was just for Sonic, alright? It's gonna be different for Mario. Okay, so ODDSHOWs in the future. The thing is, and I have to apologize, and I might be disappointing everyone, but I will only focus on Sonic ODDSHOW and Mario ODDSHOW. There's not gonna be a ODDSHOW that is gonna focus on a different franchise, on a different series. That's just not part of my plan right now. I'm sorry to say this, but currently I do not think it's possible. I would like to do a Pokemon ODDSHOW or a Super Smash Bros. ODDSHOW or maybe Kirby ODDSHOW. Many people ask me to do Kirby. Why? He's great. He's a great character. I like many of his games. But why Kirby? Anyways, it's just... I think that if I want to start a new ODDSHOW series, then I might feel obligated to do more of that, and I don't want to start that. I don't want to start something like that. That doesn't mean that they won't cameo in other ODDSHOW videos. Okay, more on that later. So sorry to disappoint, but ODDSHOWs are going to be focused only on Sonic and Mario. Now, that means, of course, there's going to be more Sonic ODDSHOW and more Mario ODDSHOW. And I think, and I can tell you, it's going to be a lot of different videos that are going to come out. A lot of ODDSHOWs. Still in the making, in pre-production, so to speak. But there's going to be an end to that. There's actually going to be an end to how many ODDSHOWs are going to come out. And I've got everything planned out until 2019. I know it sounds crazy. But I think in 2019 I will release my last ODDSHOW. Most likely. Of course, that's what I'm currently thinking. I might change my mind. I might change things up a little bit. It really depends. But currently I'm planning to have ODDSHOWs released for the next 3 years. And then I might be done with the series. We'll see if it turns out like that. We'll see. And I hope it's gonna. I hope it's going to entertain you. until then. Double X Gamer Double X asks, do you like tacos? I don't know, I never got to try tacos, but I think I would like them. I mean, they look tasty. And then we have a good question from Bling Does Stuff. First, this is the earliest I've been to a video. Great. Anyways, here's my question. Are you planning on making more Sonic 2D animations, like the Sonic Ring Problem and Sonic High Degrees? Well, that's a good question, and absolutely, yes, I have a strong desire to become better at drawn animation. That's why I said that I was gonna buy a new HD display, which will allow me to further improve my drawing skills on the computer. And yes, I want to do more of those shorts. I really want to do more Sonic shorts, but also different kinds of shorts. And at the end of the ODDSHOW series, I want to transition more into that kind of animation. And we'll see what kind of series I will come up with. We'll see how it will develop over time. But yes, 2D animations will be an essential part of my channel, and will probably even be the most important thing after the ODDSHOW series. Robert Walker asks, why didn't you use Sonic 1/CD Sonic more often? Sonic 3 Complete had sprites for Sonic 1/CD Sonic, which I thought was the best looking classic Sonic compared to Sonic 3 Sonic, who looked too modern to me. Okay, I will agree that the sprites from the original Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic CD, they look great. They are, in fact, iconic, I would say. But the reason I don't use them as a standard sprite set in my ODDSHOW series is simply that was the choice I made in the beginning. When I started the ODDSHOW series, I had to make a choice between the classic style and the more modern Sonic the Hedgehog 3 Sonic. And I just preferred the latter one. I just prefer Sonic from the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 because it looks updated to me, but it still looks classic. So I went with that. It had also, I think it has more details. And I personally don't want to use the Sonic Advance style sprites because they don't look as good. You know, I think the more classic sprites are more polished, and especially Sonic the Hedgehog 3 Sonic. You know, it's a choice. It's preference, right? I do agree the more classic Sonic sprite is amazing. It looks great, but I just think that the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 sprite looks a little bit more interesting to me. It looks more interesting to me, and I prefer it therefore. And also, since I'm using it for such a long time, I have a feeling I've got to stick with that. Yeah, so as of now, that's the standard sprite set. Byron Harper asks, do you have high hopes for the Mario and Sonic franchises? I think you mean for the Mario franchise and Sonic franchise separately. I think that's what you mean. Okay, Mario franchise, I see no problem at all. I mean, they release good quality games consistently. So yeah, I do have high hopes that it's going to continue like that, and I don't see any problem whatsoever. Sonic is a different story, completely different story. Right now we are sort of in a difficult situation in which we've had one game that was sort of polarizing, which was Sonic Lost World. I personally like it, but it had mixed reviews, I would say. So and apparently the sales weren't that good, if I'm being correct. And then we had Sonic Boom: Rise of Lyric, which was a complete boom. In money-wise, definitely, it was a failure as far as I know, and the game was completely utter garbage. I personally think it's a bad game, and there's very little fun to be had with that game. As a Sonic fan, I'm very disappointed with that game. But it is, however, still a spin-off game. So it shouldn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but the thing is, right now, the Sonic community right now is waiting for the next Sonic game. And it's that game that's going to be very crucial now for the franchise, I believe. If it's a bad game, that's going to hurt the franchise a lot. If it's a good game, then that's great, and it will keep the franchise alive, I would say. And it would be sort of a comeback, like they did with Sonic Unleashed after Sonic 06. What we need right now is a slightly better Sonic Unleashed. And do I have high hopes for that? I'm not gonna say if I have complete faith in Sonic Team, although the fact that it's sort of coming out next year and not this year for the 25th anniversary, that tells me that they are really trying to develop a good game. So I sort of have high hopes, but I'm still not going to be telling everyone, listen, the game will be awesome, don't worry. No, let's just wait and see. If the game is good, that's great, and I'm hoping that it is going to be great. Alright, that's all for the first set of questions. I will take a quick break, just a couple of seconds, and then we'll continue on with the next round of questions. Alright, see ya! Okay, I'm back. Now let's go for another 20 minutes of questions. Now, Gaetano Avelis, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that name. Congrats, you deserve more subs than you think. Now my question, what is your goal in subscribers and in general? Well, thank you very much, that's very nice, that's very kind of you. So, goal. There's actually not really a goal that I have in mind as when it comes to subscribers. I'm just so glad that I have so many of subscribers. It's an amazing number, over 30,000. That's amazing to me, and I've never thought that I could get so many. I mean, when I had around 400 subscribers, I thought that was amazing, and that's when I started doing more for the channel. But now we've got almost 100 times that number, so that's amazing. And if there's really a goal, maybe perhaps if we could reach 50,000, that's even more outstanding and such. But I don't really do this to get more subscribers. I just want to entertain a great number of people with my videos, and that's my goal. I want to entertain you, and I like doing what I do, and I just hope I can convey that entertainment value. And you're also asking what is my goal in general. I suppose you mean in real life what my goal is. Well, you know, that's a bit more private, what I want to achieve in life. But what I do want to be able to do now that I'm getting older, I want to be able to be a good animator. I really want to improve my animation skills, because that's a hobby I really want to practice, and I want to become good at it. Not that I want to become sort of a real animator, like a real job. That's not what I want to do. I just want to really expand on that. I just want to become skillful at animating. Well, we'll see. Time will tell. Alright, next one. Kaw White asks, what is your favorite video game of all time? Mine is Jak 3. A good choice, by the way. And you're gonna see my favorite game is actually linked to your game. So, yeah, what is my favorite? Well, I have many favorites on different consoles. For instance, I really do enjoy Pikmin 3 on the Wii U, which is probably my favorite game on that console. Yes, even more now than Super Smash Bros. I guess for the Dreamcast era, that would be, of course, Sonic Adventure. On the PS2, I don't even know. But if I have to choose one single game as my favorite video game of all time, that is totally just opinion, right? I think it's gotta be The Last of Us. It's a more recent game that I've played on the PS4, and I was just so amazed by the story, how fluent the gameplay is, how natural it is to play that game. It felt to me like a movie, and I like movies. I enjoy them very much. So to me, this was the perfect blend between a strong video game and a compelling story. So I guess right now The Last of Us is my favorite video game of all time. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna take 3 just for fun. Now Susie asks, what's 2 plus 2? Well, that's actually a plus sign between 2 numerical digits. Within Rudik 3000 asks, why you are wearing this avatar all the time? You mean why I still have the same avatar for such a long time? Well, the reason is I've done several versions of that avatar over several years, and I just think that this one, the one I have on my channel right now, is the best one. To me, it's just the most polished one, and I don't intend to change it anytime soon. But maybe perhaps in the future, once I'm able to, improve a little bit on my drawing skills and developing new techniques, and maybe I'm doing a variation of that. We'll see. And then finally, Frank Prower asks, why does skeleton need a friend? Well, I guess everybody needs a friend, right? Moving on, Pixel the Hedgehog asks, Shadek15, why did you name your name Shadek15? P.S. You're the best. Oh, thanks. React to death battle videos from Screw Attack, or make a fighting video, for example Sonic vs Mario. Okay, one at a time. So Shadek15, that's a name that came from my imagination when I was 15 years old. Back then, like I said, I watched a lot of Newground videos. And there was one particular video series that you are probably familiar with, which is Nazo Unleashed, or Nazo Unchained, something like that. And I watched that, and there was one particular character I was very fascinated with. That was Shadek, a fusion between Sonic and Shadow. And I found that so amazing that I just, 15-year-old kid, I just took that name and I added my age. And there you go, my internet username was born, and I never changed it. I sometimes said, okay, my name is Shadek20 because I was 20 years old, but ultimately it's Shadek15, and I don't intend on changing that. It's always been Shadek15, and yeah, that's how it is. I didn't want to name my channel Shadek15 later on. I just thought it might be a good idea to have a different name for the channel while I stick with my username. Okay, so next thing that you ask is about the death battle videos from Screw Attack, which I'm seeing a couple of. I kind of like them, but I'm not gonna react to them. That's not the goal of my channel, so I'm sorry, I can't really do that. And for the fighting video, actually, I kind of want to do a sort of a video that is only going to be focusing on Mario vs Sonic, kind of like the original video from Newgrounds that you can still see, by the way. So in that sense, it would be a tribute video. Then it would be an original piece. So maybe, yeah, I might be doing a sort of that kind of video that you're asking. Yeah, most likely, in fact. Okay, here's a question I'm gonna answer probably for the last time. SpiderSonic 2099 asks, hey, your videos never disappoint. Really? Cool that you think that. Really, thanks. What program do you use? Okay, this is something that I've talked about several times on when I was streaming, on different update videos, I think. So I'm gonna answer it probably for the last time. I'm using for animation, I'm using Adobe Flash CS5. That is, to me, the ultimate program that I can use for animating sprites and also 2D animations right now. In addition, I also use ScreenFlow to mix all the audio, to edit all the sound effects and such. And then everything is going to be compiled and put together in iMovie, which is the last step before it's going to be exported and then uploaded onto YouTube. And that's it, that's all. There are several minor steps that needs other programs, but I guess that's the general gist. I kind of want to move on, however, to a different program, which would be Adobe Animate, which is also still kind of Flash, Adobe Flash, but a a more upgraded version, and they actually changed the name to Adobe Animate. So I kind of want to move on to that, but I don't know, we'll see. We'll see about that. Oh, here comes the ultimate question. Cian Maguire 2004 asks, who do you like better, Mario or Sonic? Well, with what I've just said before, you should be able to tell. It's Sonic, definitely Sonic. I grew up with Sonic. He's the first video game character I got to know. Mario is also a great video game character, although I wouldn't praise him for his personality, because in that regard it's a bit boring, but his games are awesome. Now when it comes to Sonic, I just think he has a great personality. He has a really great character, and that's just one of the reasons why I like him so much and why he's my favorite. So yeah, there's a little tiny bias for Sonic, but I really do enjoy Mario games, and I think Mario games are better in most cases. But I just grew up with Sonic. It's just that. Next one comes from Legendary X77. Do you like the RPG genre? If so, what's your favorite game in this genre? Do you like Kingdom Hearts or Ace Attorney? Okay, I'm gonna disappoint. I haven't played any of those two games. And when it comes to RPG, which is a role-playing game, is that correct? Alright. The thing is, I haven't played too many RPGs. If you want to count Pokemon as an RPG game, then yes, definitely. I've played Pokemon. I've played the hell out of Pokemon, especially the first, the second, and the third generation. And I'm currently now playing Alpha Sapphire. But other than that, there's not much. I think there's not a single RPG that I've played. I never played Final Fantasy. I've never played, yeah, you can already tell I'm not even coming up with any RPG. There's just not too many in my mind. The only RPG that I think, well, that I played recently, that I think I'm gonna like when I continue playing it, is Xenoblade Chronicles. I also got Xenoblade Chronicles X, but I'd rather go with Xenoblade Chronicles, because it's a great game, it has a great story. I'm kind of about to immerse myself into that game. But it's a huge game, by the way. It's going to be a long playthrough if I want to do that. So yeah, I think that's one RPG I kind of like. Yeah. Moving on, Brandon Coleman asks, favorite gaming console? I guess my number one would be the Sega Dreamcast, because it's my first one and I grew up with it, and it just has quite a number of games that I find amazing and that are some are even guilty pleasures. But yeah, and for more recent consoles, I think my favorite one right now is PS4, because it has incredible games and it just works so well and has great features that I still need to discover, all of them. And I guess my third favorite would be the Wii U, because I just think it's a great console. I just like the features and how it is constructed and how the eShop works and all those tiny details. So yeah, there you go. Ooh, I was waiting for this question. Alright, Mona Chow asks, can you add other characters of Sega and or Nintendo as cameos in next odd shows? And there was even a comment by Trevor Stackton, who said, awesome idea. Definitely, absolutely. I am absolutely okay with having cameos of different characters in the Odd Show series. We had some more obscure characters like Finn from Adventure Time, I think. I'm not too familiar with the show, but there was someone who requested that character, and I just added him as a cameo. Next one cameo I'm gonna give away now is Happy Tree Friends, which I'm going to add a cameo for that in the next major Odd Show, right? And I'm absolutely going to add Nintendo characters in future Odd Shows, especially for Super Mario Odd Show. There's going to be one special one in the Lost Skits Odd Show you're going to see, and yeah, that's definitely an awesome idea, and I'm gonna keep doing that, definitely. Okay, next one. Carter Knutson asks, what Sonic game do you hate the most? Well, that would be definitely Sonic Boom: Rise of Lyrics, or Lyric. Sorry, it's not plural. It's such a disappointing game. It's boring as hell. I mean, Sonic 06 was bad, but at least it was entertaining in some way. But Boom of Lyric, Rise of Lyric, sorry, it's such a bad game. I don't even care about that game, and gosh, no. Okay, one question related to upcoming videos. Guard Dog YT asks, when will Sonic Odd Show HD Remix come out? This late summer or early fall? Okay, Sonic Odd Show HD Remix will not come out this late summer. That is actually reserved for Super Mario Odd Show The Lost Skits. It's gonna be, like you said, early fall, maybe around November. We'll see. I need about 3 months to complete it, and I'm actually not gonna start before September. So around 3 months. I think November is okay. I'm gonna be able to do that, I think. For the sake of variety, I'm gonna take a Twitter question from Tim Roscoe. What do you think the next Sonic title is going to be? I have no idea. And by the time this video comes out, I think the Sonic party will be over. It really depends on how fast I'm going to be able to release this video. Anyways, what is it going to be? I have no idea. I have a feeling that it's going to be some sort of a Sonic Generation styled video game. We've seen a picture of, on the official Sonic Twitter page, I think, of classic Sonic, modern Sonic, and also Boom Sonic together in one picture. That kind of gives me the idea that maybe they are working on some sort of a Sonic Generations follow-up game, having all 3 characters, which I personally don't think is a good idea to have Boom Sonic. Well, anyways, maybe some sort of Sonic Generations style game. I think it's gonna be something like that. Something tells me it's gonna be that. But what would I want it to be? Well, Sonic Adventure 3, it's never too late. But definitely a game that would actually have which would actually use several characters again, because we haven't seen that much of Tails and Knuckles lately. So I don't know. We'll see. I have no idea. We'll see what it is. Probably by the time this video goes up, it's already known. Mario Sonic Kirby Fan 15 asks, if you had 2 voice actors of Sonic the Hedgehog series to voice in one of your videos, who would it be? Oh, that's a difficult one. I'm gonna give you one that I'm serious about, and one that I'm not so serious about. I would love to have Ryan Drummond voice Sonic, because right now I'm consistently using his voice clips from Sonic Adventures, Sonic Adventure 2, and Sonic Heroes, because I just think it's the best Sonic voice in terms of how it sounds. He sounds like Sonic. That's amazing. And yeah, I just like the delivery of all the lines in those 3 games. So I just used those voice clips, and it would be awesome to have the man himself, Ryan Drummond, to do the voice acting in my animations, if that would be possible. Anyways, that's a man can dream, right? Another one that would find awesome, but I can't remember the name of the voice actor, but I'm gonna show it in text here, is the one for Tails in Sonic Heroes. I believe he's, well, when the game was developed, he was a child voice actor, I think. Because I just like the delivery of, I just love the voice. It's hilarious, it's funny. I still think it's good. I also think it's good, but I just like the way he screams and want some more. There were some lines that are so funny, and it would be awesome to have him. But I guess he's now older. He doesn't have the same voice, I suppose. If he really was a child voice actor. So yeah, there you go. All right, I'm gonna take a few more questions. I don't want this video to be too long. Like 15 minutes, that would be too much. Alright, some more interesting questions now. Sufi2425 asks, hey DoujinPixation, are you planning to do a collaboration with another famous sprite animator? I'm sorry, there are no plans of that kind. I personally don't know anyone. I am subscribed to several sprite animators, and well, for instance, Hat Loving Gamer, and Alvin Earthworm, of course. But it's not, well, I haven't contacted anyone, I don't know them personally, and I think that would be the first step to actually contact them and talk with them, and maybe there's a possibility of a collaboration if I get to do that, but I've never done that. I might be doing it sometime in the future, but since there's no contact, there are no talks, there's no collaboration planned, so I'm sorry to disappoint in that department. Question from Creeper Cray asks, do you ever watch your videos after posting them? Is it a sin not to do so? I mean, yes, I do watch them after posting several times. Sometimes to be a bit nostalgic, you know, but also sometimes to analyze if there's anything I can improve. If I were to do an HD remix, well, actually, I am going to do an HD remix of the original Sonic ODDSHOW, so I might as well watch that over and over again to see what I can improve and what I can change. So yes, I do watch them after posting. I just think it's natural. Mehmet Enver 7, sorry if I butchered that name, could you reveal your face? Oof. Sorry, no, I don't want to. I don't feel comfortable revealing my face. I wouldn't be okay with that, so sorry, you just gotta listen to my voice, and yeah, this channel is about my animation, not so much about me and showing my face, so yeah. Okay, here comes the last, final question, and something that is probably very crucial to the ODDSHOW series. Alright, Mr. Matrix asks, good job, dude. Thank you. My question is, why was Mario portrayed as a victim in all Sonic ODDSHOWs? Big congrats and good luck in the future. Thanks. Okay, so that is also a bit controversial because every day I get comments about why is Mario abused in the Sonic ODDSHOW series. But I gotta say, that's true. Mario is the victim in the ODDSHOW series, but Sonic is the victim too in the Mario ODDSHOW. So they should be equal, at least for the first installment. Anyways, why is that? What's the reason behind this? Difficult to say, actually, because it's a running gag. It's something that I've decided to do when I did the first original Sonic ODDSHOW. I thought, yeah, it's great to have those skits and animate them, but I always kind of thought it's funny when a certain character gets beaten all the time. And I thought Mario would be a great choice in that regard. So in every 2 or 3 skits, I made Mario suffer, and that I was being mean to Mario. But don't take it the wrong way. I am a big I'm a big Mario fan. I enjoy his games. So that shouldn't be taken the wrong way. It's just a running gag that I started, and I just can't do it without the running gag. But I of course understand if there's some sort of if that has a controversial dimension. So I decided in the Super Mario ODDSHOW, Sonic is going to be the victim, and in those videos Sonic is going to be tortured the same way as Mario is in the Sonic ODDSHOW series. I guess that's just fair. You know, normally they should be now even, at least for, of course, the first ODDSHOW, and of course Super Mario ODDSHOW 2, Sonic will also suffer, he will also be the victim, so don't worry about that. It's a running gag, it's part of the ODDSHOW series, and that's not gonna go away. I'm sorry if it is maybe a bit too much, but, you know, it's just a running gag, it's just for fun. It's not to be taken seriously, of course. And that's it for the Q&A video. I know it's a long video, I apologize for that. It's gonna be difficult to upload this one. So I hope it was interesting to you, and I do apologize for my English. It's not that good. I have an accent, as you can hear, but I try to talk as well as I could so that you can understand. And also I apologize if I'm being too repetitive sometimes, saying the same thing over and over again. Also, I couldn't answer all the questions that I've obtained. There are some more interesting questions I do want to give an answer to, and those questions will be answered maybe in a later video. But I think what's more likely is that I'm gonna answer them through text on my Facebook page. Every other week I will pick a question that I find very interesting, and I will also answer that on my Facebook page. So look out for that. So if you want to see that, don't hesitate to visit my Facebook page if you want to see that. Alright, now before I leave you, and afterwards I will be working on Super Mario ODDSHOW The Lost Skits, I want it to be finished. I will answer one more question coming from Justin Prosser, and it's an incredible question. I am itching to give an answer to that because it's just the most important question ever. Really, oh man, when I got this question, I was, oh man, this is gonna be so freaking awesome to answer to. And the question is, will this question be in the video? Yes.